Today's story is one meteorologist Chris Vickers put together. You may not expect to do a story about this particular topic when we're talking about the Edmund Fitzgerald, but for me, I don't think it's all that surprising.
Not that surprising. You know what? This really actually ties together so much rich history here in Toledo, not just the Edmund Fitzgerald, which many of the crew called Toledo home, but also the storied history of Toledo and its craft brewery scene. Because going back to well before Prohibition, it was one of the nation's hotspot for brewing beers. We're seeing a local resurgence out at Quenched and Tempered Brewery. This is right in downtown Toledo. They've got a tap room out on Jackson Street. I had a great afternoon with Alex there. He's the brewmaster, and he took me through many of their craft brews. The special one, Amanda, they have for this fall is going to be a copper ale.
I get
with an ode to the Edmund Fitzgerald.
That makes sense.
It's going to be called the Toledo Express.
Oh, because that's what it was often referred to.
The nickname of the Edmund Fitzgerald, too.
Fun.
So a lot of local connections to that, too. So they're going to be releasing that, though, not until November 7th with a very special night they've got planned.
So you didn't get to try it?
I did not get to try it yet, but you know what? I've sampled many of their beers before. I'm sure you've had some of them as well. They do great craft beers. The cool thing about that night and putting together some of the products they have, this is Alex right here. Their brewing operations, they actually have that on their property off-site, and they have the tap room downtown. Now it is a 10-barrel operation, and it's incredible how far they've come over the years. They've made it through COVID. They've survived that and all the downturns we saw in that, and they say they continue to grow, innovate, and design new and exciting things.
Yeah, they do really interesting styles, things you wouldn't typically be able to get anywhere else. So I would also look forward to seeing the artwork that's going to be on, if they can it. I'm assuming they'll do can.
And they do all their own canning. And Alex's wife, Allie, does all the artwork. So we could actually show you what this can is going to look like. So here's sort of the rendering. Very simple, very clean, and it's going to come into sight here because Allie takes each and every brush stroke here to make sure that it comes together to tell that story of the Edmund Fitzgerald. And here comes the ship coming into view, very historic ship that we know and we have seen from the pictures and memories because human eyes really haven't laid eyes on it in over 50 years since it was last sailing the Great Lakes.
So a cool thing that one local business is doing to honor this and this history for the Great Lakes. And you can see a little bit more about this story tonight at 5:30.
Tonight at 5:30, I'll have the full story, but if you're kind of already starting to get your plans for what you're going to be doing.
I need to put it on the calendar.
It is going to be Friday, November 7th. It's in collaboration with the National Museum of the Great Lakes. They're going to be releasing their beer in their tap room. They're also going to pair it with music. Gordon Lightfoot's, of course, record the Edmund Fitzgerald. But also, to top it off, too, a special meal is going to be served, chicken paprikash, which was the last known meal on the Edmund Fitzgerald before it sunk the next day.
Of course it was. That's incredible. That piece of information is so Toledo, isn't it?
and you're only going to see this coverage on WTOL 11. We've started this weeks ago, and we're going to carry this the next several weeks, all the way up until we reach November 10th, 2025, which will be the 50-year commemoration of one of the most historic shipwrecks ever on the Great Lakes, and something that is tied so epically here to Toledo. It is ingrained in our fabric, and I just love to see Quenched and Tempered jumping on board and saying, we're going to brew this copper ale, and we're going to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yeah, that's really cool of them. Look forward to your story tonight at 5:30. Make sure you tune in for that.